because we're entering a different age, um, phones can be way more convenient than carrying a camera. Was I meant to quit my course?
You might have had to
I have to drop out of uni. I have to pack my
drop out
bag
of
and go
uni,
back.
drop out of journalism,
Right.
stop. Hello, people, and welcome back to the Real Talk Show. And as you can see, we're doing things a little bit different today. As you can see, no one is sat beside me, but I do have a guest, and the guest is right in front of me, introducing you to Alyssa. Hi, Alyssa.
Hey guys. Hey.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm doing good, thank you.
How's your day been?
My day's been good. Pretty chaotic, but you know, it's a nice sunny day over here.
Yeah. Well, today, like I said, it's going to be a bit different because, unlike my other guests, I know you a lot more because we actually brother and sister. So, yeah. Oh my God, shock horror. So today is actually, well, this interview is going to be you basically talking to the people. I know most of your journey, so this is just going to be you talking to the people about what you do, how your journey is going, all of that kind of stuff, which is kind of what this space is for you to share your story. So we're going to start off. I know pretty much everything, so I'm going to sit back and I'm going to let you explain who you are and what you do as a creative.
Okay, so my name is Alyssa Garver, also known as Little Peaks or James's sister. Um, and basically, I would say that I'm an all-round creative. I had a lot of experience in lots of different things. I love theatre. Me and James used to do performing arts together, so a lot of theatre, a lot of dance, um, theatre technicianing, and then now I am studying as a broadcast journalist. Yeah, so I do broadcast journalism um, at uni, and that's where I am now.
Nice. And yeah, I think it's quite weird because there was always still a difference, you know. We all kind of we both kind of took the same path, but differently. So, for example, we both did dance, but I was more into hip hop and street, and you were into jazz, ballet,
Contemporary
yeah,
ballet.
all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. And to be fair, right, I'm gonna keep it real. Journalism, where did that come from? Because from what I was seeing, like I said, I'll be real, I didn't actually see journalism coming. So at what point did you think, journalism, this is something that I might want to do?
Yeah, I think it's very strange because we did a lot of the things that we did were very physical,
Mm.
a lot of dance training. But I always just loved school and being in education. And
Fair enough. Not many people,
so,
not many
so
people say that.
yeah, I do feel like my journalism path really came from like the subjects that I took in school. And I loved English ever since I was really little. And reading especially. And then to be fair, we did watch Sky News a lot, and I feel like that's kind of where I would watch these people every day, and I would be like, I feel like I could imagine myself being like doing that.
Yeah.
And then the more I just went through life, like eventually I took English lit drama, no, English lit history and media production for A level.
Yeah.
And then that's why I really was like, okay, I feel like these three things are like really just forming my interests in a lot of different like skills, a lot of different fields, being able to write, but then also loving history and learning about stuff from the past, and then also being able to practically like produce something, produce digital media, practicing shooting like short films, audio, all that stuff. That really just solidified it for me. And then I was just, researching on my own about journalism, um, and especially broadcast journalism. And it just felt like something I wanted to do. I felt like I could see myself there. I love to talk, but I also love to share other people's stories. And yeah, it kind of just feels like making a non-fiction movie. Do you know what I mean?
It's weird that you say that as well, like the whole like sharing other people's stories and stuff, because that's like I was saying earlier, like we kind of taken the same kind of path, but in different directions. Like obviously, because like obviously you know, I've been like so interested in doing like presenting, and doing like presenting shows and stuff. That's something that's really piqued my interest. Coming from like doing performing and stuff, and that's why I'm getting the opportunity to do this, you know. So yeah, just going back to the whole thing about us kind of doing the same thing and kind of going in different directions, which actually brings me to one thing, right? So obviously we have this section on the show where we add something to the backdrop. And obviously we've been speaking about how we used to do performing with brother and sister together. So I have your picture that you've chosen to be added to the backdrop, which is this one.
Hey, yeah.
Cute photo. Do you want to explain what this photo is all about?
So this photo is after we received flowers from our mum and our dad after a show that we did. So we went to a performing arts academy from ages. How old were you? I always say 7, but you
I will
said 7 too.
So
We were definitely both not 7 at the same time.
yeah,
As far as I'm concerned, we are 2 years apart.
that's
So,
impossible.
um, so let's just say that I was 9 and you were 7. I'll give you 7 this one time. Um, but anyway, we were really young and, you know, it was a long day. We did so many lessons. We did ballet, jazz, contemporary, commercial, tap, and then musical theatre, drama, solo singing. Did I miss anything?
I don't think you did. No, I think that covers everything.
Yeah, so
Just use this drama.
yeah. So we would have like a little show, a performance for each like class and a few extras, a few opening numbers, finales, solo stuff. And then that would make a whole showcase. So it was a very busy day for us.
Yeah,
And I just absolutely love that picture because we're just so happy in it. That iconic, the the iconic wonky fringe and the iconic hat. It's just the vibe. Um,
Was this our first show or was this just
No, it wasn't our first show, it was a show.
yeah, it was just a show.
But
But
I think that dress that I'm wearing is from a jazz number. And I'm wondering if you sang during it. Is it the one where you sang and we danced? I can't remember.
possibly.
I think
Possibly that,
it is.
that might have, yeah. But yeah, that is a good photo which I will be adding to the backdrop in a second. I will have another one for you because you did submit a lot of. I asked for one photo, and this girl sent me like 30 different photos, which is crazy. But I just want to go back to journalism. Obviously, that's what you're doing now. What kind of stuff have you been creating? Obviously, I know that. Actually, you know what? I won't tell them what I know. You tell them what you're doing now. What kind of stuff are you creating? What kind of stuff are you doing?
Yeah, so I absolutely am in love with my course. Like It's genuinely been a crazy experience, and it's only like the first year. We're not even done with all the semesters, but I just feel like I've learned so much. So I would say it's very practical and confronting and the scariest thing I've ever done in my entire life. But
Really?
yeah, every day is a challenge, but then you overcome it and it's like, I can do this. I'm so good at this. Um, so of course you learn written stuff, writing articles. Um, right now we're really centering around being able to get a story because it's one of the hardest things to do. And it's, a challenge that even when you get into the work field, it's still a struggle. Everyone's fighting for a story, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
I said this to you the other day as well, innit? The way you just talk about, oh, I'm going to this place, I'm going to take my camera and stuff, 'cause just in case there's like a story there, or like, oh,
Yeah.
just I saw something happening down there, and just is that like really hard to do?
I would say it it's really difficult. When I first started, I couldn't think of anything. They first lesson they said, think of a story. You're gonna go outside and interview someone on a topic. I couldn't think of anything. I suggested, oh, like I'm from London and I feel like the buses in Norwich are just awful. I want to interview the people about what their opinion is on the bus system and, just get their thoughts. Everyone stole my idea in my entire class. And then we started doing our interviews on the bus fare. Um,
Mm.
but even from then, that took me such a long time to even just be like, I feel like I don't know what is happening around me. I don't know what people are interested in hearing. Um, but you kind of just have to view everything as a story. And I feel like my lecturers have been really good with doing that. Um, we've done quite a few exercises where, you know, you start the lesson off by going on Facebook and it's just a stalking challenge. Like you just have to stalk, hear what people are talking about, stalk Facebook group chats. Um, obviously be mindful of trolls, but stalking group chats, looking at charities, charity organizations, looking at events that are happening, protests, and then also just the biggest thing for me is just being able to have conversations with people and get ideas from that. So like the most recent one I did was the idea came from a conversation I had with my lecturer, and she was talking about the nursery on campus, and she just said, "Oh, I just wonder how like the experience is for like uni students who have children at uni." And I was like, "Wow, I would want to watch a news report on that." But I kind of just put it in the back of my head. Then I was talking to my friend, and she was like, "Yeah, on my course, there's so many people that are adults and they have children." And stuff like that. And I was just like, you need to put me in contact with one of them right now. So I'm about to have the best interview ever. Um, and just, yeah. So you always just have to be like having an inquisitive mind, going around thinking about other people's lives, just being nosy in the best way possible.
Nice.
I would
And
say.
yeah, to be fair, like even listening to you right now is like I said, I'm your big brother. So yeah, listening to like how
That's
much
not great.
listening to how much you've grown and all of that and like what you're doing now, it's like it's really nice to hear and I'm very, very proud of you for everything that you're doing. Love you too, man. Okay, so we are gonna move on to the next part of the show where I'm gonna challenge you. So we're gonna do a challenge. Obviously you're big on journalism, you're a big uni student, big gal now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a 5-second challenge. Now, are you aware of the 5-second challenge?
I think so. I feel
Well,
like it's self-explanatory,
well,
isn't it, in the name?
I'm gonna explain it to you anyway. So,
Okay.
5-second challenge. Basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna challenge Alyssa. We're gonna give her some categories, and she needs to name 3 things to do with that category in 5 seconds. For example, if I said brand of cars, she needs to name 3 brands of cars in 5 seconds. But of course, this isn't just random. I'm not giving you cars, I'm not giving you food, I'm not giving you, all that rubbish. We're going to be testing you on your creativity. So it's going to be journalism and anything around there. Anything around the creative industry as well. Well, and anything to do with your journey. So, I've got my timer here. And we're going to start off with the first one. Now, I'm not going to be too strict because I know we're doing a video call. So, I'm not going to be too strict on the time. But I'm not going to let things slide.
I can do this.
I'm not going to let things slide. Okay. So, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. So, your first category is different genres of film. Go.
Horror, romance, comedy.
Nice. Very easy one. 3 seconds.
Wow.
We'll see if you can keep that up. Right. Next one. Different ways to introduce yourself to camera. 3, 2, 1, go.
Piece to camera, voiceover, and sound.
Oh. I'm going to have to do a VAR on that later, but my timer is saying 6 seconds.
No.
It's gone over. Actually, I wasn't looking, so I have no idea. No, we're doing VAR.
Piece to camera, voiceover, and
Sound.
I feel like that's a delay in your eyes. Like, I think I did it correctly.
You know what? Fine. You know what? I'll give it to you.
I think it's the eye to finger reaction. That's the issue.
You know what? I'll allow you. I'll give it to you. All right.
Thank you.
3 different camera brands. Go.
Sony. Something beginning with C.
Oh. No. No. Sony, Panasonic.
Oh.
Canon.
That's what
Canon. That was poor from you. That was very poor.
Sorry. PG.
Yeah.
PG, whatever.
Well, now it's all coming to you, isn't it? It's all coming now. Wow. Okay, we give you.
Today I'm just a girl.
We'll give you one last one. Right. We'll give you 3 different news channels. Go.
Al Jazeera, BBC, Sky News.
Yeah, fairs. It's fairs. Well done. I think she's passed the challenge. Well done, Alyssa.
Yay! It's really applause.
The applause is going right now.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so well done for passing the challenge.
Thank you.
I think you passed we'll call it the path check. That means you're still on the right path. And journalism could definitely be for you. But I leave the decision.
I got it wrong, was I meant to quit my course?
You might have had to.
I have to drop out of uni. I have to pack my bags and go back.
Drop out of journalism.
Right.
Stop. But like I said, you passed the path check. But going forward, obviously you have touched a little bit on it already. But is this the path you're planning to take throughout, your journey, or is there something else that you want to explore, or go into?
I think this is definitely the path that I want to take. And I feel quite, comfortable where I am right now. I think that I found a way to do journalism, but also explore like my other skills that I've learned. So like
Mm.
getting involved in like projects, community projects, theatre projects. Theatre will always be in my heart. So as soon as I hit stage, theatre, youth, I'm signing my name up.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna do that. And also I really wanna further my experience with creative campaigning because I think that's another thing that I've done that has been extremely rewarding, much like journalism is, but getting to speak about issues that I feel passionate about. Um,
Mhm.
it's something you don't get to do a lot of the time in journalism, which people don't know. There's a lot of legal, legal,
Yeah.
legal jargon. Um, so creative campaigning really gives me the opportunity to speak on like the issues that I'm passionate about and to, meet new people that also care, but then bringing in my creative experience and my
Mm.
love for art or performing or anything really. And
Yeah.
I can speak through that instead of words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that is very lovely to hear. And yeah, like I said, at the beginning, hearing you speak about, your journey, is yeah, I'm very, very proud of you, and I'm very happy that everything is going well. And I hope I wish the best going forward for
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. That was so sad. It was like you were gonna end the call and I was never gonna see you again.
Yeah, I know, isn't that crazy? I was just gonna log off. One more thing that we need to do is obviously I did say that we've got another picture for you. Um, you know, I want to make this about you rather than on the both of us. So we've got another picture for you, that you brought in to add to the wall. Do you want to explain
Dun
this
dun dun.
lovely photo?
So this amazing, amazing photo
Mm.
is when we learned how to record using a Mojo kit, which for people who don't know what that means, it's recording using your phone.
Hmm.
So because we're entering a different age, um, phones can be way more convenient than carrying a camera. Um, and especially when you're going out and interviewing people, like we spoke about, you can find a story anywhere.
Yeah.
So you could just be out and an event happens, whether it's good or bad, there could be like a protest, there could be an incident, like an accident that happens in front of you, and you're like, I feel like this is gonna make the news, make the story. All you have to do, take out your phone from your back pocket, and suddenly you can record footage as if you're recording on a video camera. And it's crazy because there's actually a
Yeah.
journalist who solely does all his work on his phone. So he records everything, edits everything on his phone. And that's just become his style of journalism. So that lesson is from when we were practicing making our digivids, our digital videos, which is like, for those who don't know, it's a news report that you see on a website, but it's a video. So normally you'll have like an article, and in some cases they'll have a digital video where it's it's just pictures and sound and interviews, but no voiceover. Um, yeah, so we were learning how to number one create a digivid, and then number two um, film and edit using our phones. So that's what that picture's from.
And yeah, to be fair, I've seen quite a few of the stuff that you've been doing at uni so far.
If you want to find me, you can find me on Instagram. I have two accounts. So I have Alyssa the Creative, which is where I post everything creative from poetry, creative campaigning, theatre technicianing, other fun bits, art, a lot of art. You can find me on Alyssa the Creative. And if you want to follow my journalism, work and projects and news stories, then you can find me at Alyssa Garva Journo, where you can also send me story ideas or if you want to be interviewed.
Thank you so much, Alyssa, for joining me today. It's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Always, always.
So far apart
And
now.
that is the
You're
end of the
ignoring.
episode. Thank you for watching, and if there's anything you want to comment on or discuss, then make sure to drop me a message on my creative account, which is jgarversmedia. And we'll see you in the next episode with my next guest.